Hello and welcome to the channel, Kelly Legends Media. Okay, today I'm gonna get like really personal about a situation that happened to me. Okay, I went to a high school that was an all male high school. It was a Catholic high school. Uh, I had to take tests and stuff and pass certain tests to get into the school. It was a college preparatory school. My parents actually paid for me to go here. I had to buy my, they had to buy my books, everything. Anyways, of course, a lot of things have happened through the years with the Catholic Church and children. And I wouldn't say this is part of that, although it did happen from somebody who was employed by the school, by the Catholic school, and it was a female, okay, and of all things, her name was Karen. She was a she was a white woman, and she taught music. Okay, so I took music since junior high school. Okay, so our music teacher passed away. The one I talked to in previous videos that was involved with the Midnighters and the Brother Johnsons and stuff. Anyways, that instructor passed away, right? And they hired Karen. Okay, so when she first started, things were, very professional, very respectful. And little by little, she got comfortable around us. And it seemed like she was always on me. I'd be going through the doorway, and she wouldn't wait for me to go through. She would want to slide through at the same time where we both have to turn sideways. And then as she's passing me, she'd lean back into me, with her back facing me. She'd lean into me and give me a little snug rub, right? And I think that's what opened the door, you know, to to us playing games with each other, during class, before class, after class. But it was always in the classroom, and usually we'd sneak stuff in, when people weren't looking. At least that's what we that was our intention. In any case, now keep in mind I graduated when I was 16 years old. Okay, I actually graduated from Garfield High School because in the 11th grade I got kicked out of Salesian for getting in a fight with a rival student from a rival school, Cantwell, and I had broke the guy's jaw. I took his jacket. There was hospital bills. There was charges that were pending if I decided to stay in school. The only way the parents would drop everything and not charge my parents the medical cost was if I left that school. So that's why I left Salesian on the 11th grade, and I ended up going to Garfield for 6 more months, and I completed my high school requirements at that time at 16 years old. So, anyways, this was happening while I was still at Salesian. I can't nail it. I probably could nail it down, but I didn't take the time to before I started this video. But it was either in the 10th grade or sometime in the beginning of the 11th grade when this was taking place. Anyways, it got pretty crazy, you know, the things that were going on there in the classroom, especially before anybody arrived and after everybody was gone. So one day she calls me and she wants to go to the beach. I've never gone anywhere with this lady, right? But she wanted to go to the beach, and she wanted me to take another another person with me. You know, you guys can figure why, okay? But that's what she wanted. She wanted the three of us to go to the beach, and so I hit up one of my friends from the band, and I pretty much told him what time it was, and he was like, "Shit, I'll go," you know. So there we go. All three of us jump in her Volkswagen, man, and she drives down to the beach. So, it gets dark at the beach, and just put it this way, we all went home with sand in places we didn't want sand to be, okay? And the next school day, I should say, because we did this in the weekend. So the next school day, I was called into the principal's office. His name was Father Marshall. He was, he was a priest, a Catholic priest. So I walk in, and when I walk in, I see the other student, his mom and his dad, the teacher who's crying profusely, Father Marshall, and the vice principal. Okay, Father Marshall's the principal. And they call me in and they ask me, what do you know about this trip to the beach? And I go, what trip to the beach? Well, allegedly you went on a trip with Karen, Miss Karen, and Mr. So-and-so, and you guys went to the beach together over the weekend, correct? And I says, no, I didn't go to no beach. And then the other student was like, hey, Steve, hey. And I looked at him like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, what's going on here anyways, And I was excused. I was excused right there on the spot. They told me, you could go, just leave. And if we need to talk to you, we'll talk to you later. So what happened was, I keep almost saying his name. The other student went home and told his little brother. His little brother had to let him in the house, right? Because he's sneaking back in. It's late. The little brother lets him in the house, and they start talking, and this student's all jazzed up. I think it was his first experience, and it was a wild experience. It was out of the norm, it was a little freaky deaky. And he told his little brother where we went and with who and what we did. And that little kid ended up getting in a fight with his brother, and went and told his mom, that he came home late and that he was at the beach. So through her questioning of both the student and the kid, she got the whole story, the whole shebang, Well, needless to say, they fired Karen immediately. She was terminated. And we were without a music teacher for some time. But ultimately, I ended up getting in a fight one day on the way home. where the driver of the car that was taking me home ended up, because they got his license plate and the car that we were in, and through the car they were able to know who it was that was driving. So they pulled him into the office. He turned around and he told on me. Yeah, he gave up all the drawings, man. They wanted the jacket back, and they wanted me out of school. Well, we had a rally at the school, and what happened was I threw the jacket up into the air, you know, and it was a Cantwell jacket, and the guys from Salesian have it at their football rally, and it was getting yanked and pulled and torn apart and stepped on, and I think in the end they caught it on fire, you know. Not at the rally, but at some point they caught it on fire, and yeah, I got told on both situations, but you know, at the time I didn't think of it as nothing, you know. To me, I thought it was just part of growing up crazy, you know, and crazy shit happening in my life, because so much crazy stuff was happening, you know. But at the age that I was at the time, and the way things were and are concerning those type of activities between a teacher and a student, you know, there was all kinds of things that could have been done in a legal aspect, you know. Who knows, I might have been able to get some money or whatever. I know the other dude, they took it all the way, you know, the other student. I just I couldn't tell, you know. It was just something that was ingrained in me, you know, and I couldn't tell. You know, of course, they notified my parents, you know, and said that allegedly I went with this teacher. She's been terminated, and supposedly me and another student went, but that I'm denying it and claiming I don't know anything about it. So when my mom and dad questioned me about it, I told them the same thing. I go, I don't know why he said that. I guess maybe he thought that would help him in some. I don't know, you know. Are you sure? You know, are you sure, Steve? You know, you gotta let us know, you know, if something happened. I go, I don't know what he's talking about. You know, I don't know nothing about the end. Whether they believe me or not, I don't know, but they left it alone, you know. But yeah, you know, I find out later that didn't just go on between me and this student and this lady, you know. It happened between what they called brothers. There was fathers and there were brothers. They all wore black with a little white collar, you know, and they all taught classes and were part of the rituals and the ceremony there in the Catholic Church that was there on the property. You know, that the big Catholic church on Soto and Whittier. You know, we'd go there for services. You know, from the school, we'd go up the driveway into the church, and the brothers and the fathers would, you know, do all of the, you know, the host, the breaking of the host and everything, and you know. But anyways, yeah, a lot of things were going on back then that really didn't come out for till years later. You know, and when it came out, we find out that, you know, it happened in a lot of different places with a lot of different fathers, brothers, and kids, you know. And although Karen was not part of the church that way, she was employed by the Archdiocese and worked for Salesian. And yeah, you know, it happened. Anyways, I just thought I'd share this little story, you know. Those of you who have your kids in private schools and stuff, man, keep an eye on them, you know. You never know about teachers, you know, about people that we trust with our children. They might not think anything's wrong with what's taking place. We've seen on the news on different occasions. Teachers have been charged. Female teachers have been charged. Even some have even had kids with students. It happens. It's going to continue to happen because boys will be boys, and some women and some men just don't know how to control themselves. And of course, you get a young kid with his hormones out of control. He's not always thinking with his brains. He's or the you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I just thought I'd share this little personal story with you, and I don't know, maybe just just a reminder. They're out there, so watch your kids. Be careful. Thank you for watching this video, and like I always say, man, stay free at any cost. Just stay out from behind them walls, so we could be out here for our families, and especially if we have small kids, young kids, man. They're gonna need their pops around. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next video. God bless you and your families.